Welcome back, guys, again to the PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018 Last Chance Qualifier. My name is Hashiki Hanjay and I'm with Williams Harley. Going to be commentating for today's match, last match. Well, it's actually this match between Josua Marbun and also Matthew Siliwan. Both of them already qualified for day 2, so they do not need to do a lot of things. They don't need to think that hard. But they're a player with a caliber or with a pride that they don't want to lose. They want to go straight for tomorrow 5-0. So I think today's match will be this match will be very interesting.
Yeah, and as I've known before, here we have Matthew. Matthew have international achievements out there, joining several competitions in Australia too. Maybe any more you want to add, Shaggy?
Yeah, he actually reached the runner-up on the 2015 format for video game in Malaysia regionals. So he's not a new player, but just as you see before on the very first round, he's not a new player, or he's a player with an experience as well. So I will be looking forward to how the match will goes.
Okay, now we start with the team selection. As we can see. Okay, and previously on the first stream we have seen Josua Marbun's team, Josbun's team. It's a very unique team with Tapu Fini, Metagross, Tyranitar, Zapdos, Among Us, and Andorus. A very balanced team.
Yes, I would say it's really unique, but it was a very balanced team with a good core of the Tapu Fini, Metagross, and it's also a good coverage between the Tapu Fini and also Among Us. While Matthew Siliwan is bringing a quite... Okay, there's actually two Pokemon that's quite unique, the Heracross and also Arquanid.
And in Matthew's team, actually Heracross, if you do the calculations, actually Heracross can do a lot of damage with its ability when it's Mega Evolving, Skill Link, which causes moves like multi-hit moves like Pin Missile or Rock Blast, doing 5 times, so it can do a lot of damage.
It's 125.
Yeah, 125 base power, and that's excluding crits. So you can crit on every move, further improving the damage.
And not only that, you actually can also further that. Okay, so for example, Heracross skilling, it also bypass the Focus Sash or Sturdy.
Yeah, and it also bypasses one of the most popular trick room setters right now, Mimikyu, with Disguise. It can break the Disguise and kill it in one move if it have the coverage to take it out effectively. And
it has a high attack power, base power as well.
And before Mega Evolving, Heracross also have the ability Moxie. So if here Matthew can take out a Pokemon before Mega Evolving, it really have the edge of +1 attack.
Yes. So without further ado, we have on your left hand side Metagross, Zapdos, Tapu Fini, Tyranitar, Among Us, and also Landris from Josua Marbun. While Jen is on your right hand side, which is Matthew Siliwan is bringing in Cineroar, Heracross, Porygon 2, Metagross, Arquanid, and also Tapu Koko.
Okay, on this team, maybe for Josbun's team, Zapdos and Landorus is one of the best leads that Josbun can bring right here, because it complements one another, which Landorus can just spam Earthquake with Zapdos flying beside it. And in Matthew's team, maybe Matthew want to quickly set up the Trick Room by either having Incineroar, Fake Out, and then Porygon 2 setting up the Trick Room, or maybe Tapu Koko lead with Porygon, so that Porygon set up the Trick Room and then Tapu Koko can Volt Switch to bring in the team behind safely and doing some damage while doing that.
Yes, and so right now we are going to the leads. We have Incineroar and also Porygon 2 from Matthew, and Landris and also Zapdos from Josua Marbun. Please give a round of applause for Josua and Matthew. Last round for today, the 5th series round of this best of 3 set PKMN-id Trainer Circuit 2018 Last Chance Qualifier here in Jakarta, Indonesia Games Experience. Come on, Yoran.
Okay, so for both players here, the situation is actually quite good for both players. With either maybe Incineroar can fake out Landorus so that it doesn't receive a lot of damage, and Porygon can set up the Trick Room. But we have seen in previous live competitions, such as Zapdos carrying Roar, so that it causes the Porygon to not be able to set up the Trick Room because of its lower priority than Roar. Okay, so you can see a fake out on Landorus to prevent Landorus from doing a lot of damage to Incineroar with Earthquake. Oh, it doesn't set up the Trick Room, setting up the Ice Beam
onto the Landorus. Huge amount of damage, a huge heal by Matthew with the Ice Beam there.
Okay, with Landorus gone, this is quite good because there's probably no more Pokemon that can intimidate Heracross right now. So Matthew doesn't have to be bothered with Landorus switching in and out to intimidate his Heracross later on in the game.
But one of the concern of Heracross is the Metagross and also Zapdos. Sorry, not Zapdos, Metagross and also Amoonguss, because Heracross is weak to... He cannot deal a lot of damage onto Metagross and also Amoonguss.
Yeah, but
so
maybe
something that he wants to take into account.
Yeah. Heracross here, but can bring some coverage moves, such as maybe Pin Missile that at least do quite good damage against Metagross. If Metagross doesn't have Zen Headbutt, which is actually quite rare nowadays, with most Metagross carrying Iron Head, Ice Beam, Ice Punch, and Stomping Tantrum. As we can see here, Mega Evolve on Metagross. Maybe wanna do some damage to Porygon.
And the Protect from the Incineroar doesn't want to get any Stomping Tantrum damage from that Mega Metagross, predicting right Thunderbolt going onto the Porygon 2 instead, doing some chip damage. Trick Room is going to be up.
Okay, here there's a lot of things that can be happening right now. Incineroar here can, for example, can take care of Metagross. Maybe not one-hit KOing Metagross, but at least doing quite some damage, and maybe also activates its Flinch Berries while doing the Flare Blades with the recoil. But as you can see here, Ice Beam towards Zapdos, doing some damage. A lot of damage actually. And Flare Blitz towards Zapdos. A good read from Matthew.
Yes, and actually picking out the KO. So right now Matthew is 4-2 in the lead.
2 in the lead. This is good for Matthew because, as we can see, the last is Tyranitar, and Tyranitar can be taken care of by Heracross, which might be on the back of the team. Maybe Incineroar can carry U-turn to send out Heracross safely, or maybe chip out the Metagross first, because Metagross here is still a problem for Heracross.
Yeah, here also that we know from the previous game that the Tyranitar is a Z move with the Dragon Dance, but right now it's not really that safe for the Dragon Dance. The Protect is not going to go through the double protecting Metagross. Level is going to connect onto the Metagross as well, trying to kill it off. Oh no! With 1 HP left, and the Tyranitar not going for the Dragon Dance, going for the Rock Slide, picking up the KO onto the Incineroar, and right now Heracross is very safe to be sent out, because Heracross can one-hit KO Tyranitar with close combat, and Porygon can take care of Metagross. But the Trick Room is still up, so...
Yeah, but... Oh, it's Arquanid actually.
The Arquanid is actually a pretty safe move as well.
Yeah.
The Totem Arquanid is really big. With the Liquidation, I think it should pick up the KO onto the Tyranitar.
Or, yeah, maybe Liquidation is enough. Maybe not wanting to reveal maybe Z move. We don't know what Arquanid brings. And Porygon 2 can just use either Ice Beam or Thunderbolt to safely KO the Metagross.
You know what's interesting with Matthew's team? We have 2 potential Mega Pokemon, which is the Metagross, which is really popular, the Mega Metagross, and also the Mega Heracross. We know that Heracross cannot do a lot if it's not in a Mega Evolution state. Even though if it is in a Mega Evolution state, it's not a popular choice by a lot of players. White God, here comes your play, predicting another Rock Slide from Tyranitar, but there's nothing.
There's nothing happening actually. Okay, as you said before, there's 2 potential Mega Evolutions, either Heracross or Metagross. maybe it's to compensate for the fast mode and the slow modes of the team. For the slow mode, maybe Matthew can bring the hair cross, and as you can see here, Z move on the R1.
So he reveals the item.
Revealing the Waterium Z to KO the Tyranitar, and later on, Metagross can be just taken care of with move like Thunderbolt, or even Ice Beam here because it's only one thing.
Nothing can do much, especially only if you have your move is only fast swipe, but you never see fast swipe in VGC.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And the Thunderbolt, we see that the Porygon 2 is really offensive. Thunderbolt, Ice Beam.
Yeah, Thunderbolt and Ice Beam is a very popular choice on Porygon right now.
Usually people choose only one, either Thunderbolt or Ice Beam, depending on the team.
Yeah,
but we see he uses Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, and also Trick Room.
Thunderbolt and Ice Beam actually is quite a popular combination of moves because almost no Pokemon can resist its coverage of Ice Beam and Thunderbolt. The only Pokemon that I can think of right now that can resist both moves is Magnezone, which is actually quite uncommon except
Adrian.
Adrian, our current highest point holder right now.
Yeah, our highest PTC points holder right now.
Yeah.
He's really standing strong. Getting to the finals 3 times, win 2 times. Amazing man. And so right now, going on to the game 2, I'm thinking about what adjustments that Josua needs to make, especially onto countering that Porygon 2.
Yeah, for Josua maybe, here Zapdos and Landorus is still quite a relatively safe choice. Because especially if Landorus here brings U-turn, because you can scout out the enemy's lead, and then you U-turn so that you can choose the Pokemon of your liking that can suit with the situation better. For example, if you predict that Matthew will probably do the Trick Room, maybe you can bring Among Us out, or maybe if you predict Matthew will probably fake out you and then Ice Beam like what we see in the previous game. Maybe you can switch out the Landorus without U-turning. There's a lot of things that you can play with around Zapdos and Landorus.
Or
okay, let's start.
I don't think that Josua brings any knockoff, so you know it's maybe a bit difficult for Josua Marbun, especially the team composition itself. I wouldn't say it has the best matchup, especially against Porygon. I don't think he has a very strong fighting type move, and we see that Alumungus is being sent out by Josua Marbun with Landorus side by side, battling against Matthew's Porygon 2 and also Incineroar.
Yeah, this is actually quite a good lead from Josbun because here Matthew have to choose better than previous. Previously we have Zapdos and Landorus, so it's actually quite obvious that we should take care of the Landorus first. But here we have Among Us and Landorus, which means that if you probably want to set up the Trick Room, Among Us can spore you, but if you want to Flare Blitz, then Landorus have a free move. There's a lot of things that can happen right here.
So he's predicting a fake out, but the fake out is predicted correctly by Matthew. Still one onto the
The same move that happened And once again, Landorus is taken out in the first turn of the game. This is very good for Matthew. Once again, for the same reason, because now probably there's no more Intimidate that can switch in and out to intimidate Mega Heracross. Or maybe if Matthew bring Mega Metagross after Mega Evolving, now there's no more that can switch in and out.
So what Josua Marbun can do right now is basically
Josua probably now can redirect. No. Even if without redirection, Among Us here is safe to spore the Incineroar, except if Incineroar have low kick, which might not be safe for the Tyranitar because Tyranitar here really is the winning point of Josbun's team. As we can see in the first stream, winning a lot of matchups and proving with Darkinium Z can provide a lot of damage to the enemy team.
And so right now, Amogus is being sent back actually, or going to send out the Tapu Fini. Probably thinking that it can help this.
Maybe
It's
Josua
true.
is predicting a trick room coming from
Rock slide.
Rock
It's
slide
going-
missing on the Porygon, so no flinch on Porygon.
Why are you always talking about the flinch? Trick Room is going to being set up, and probably I would suggest that the Heracross is a slow set type. So with a Pit Missile, it's easy KO onto the Tyranitar.
Yeah, and right here, Tapu Fini can probably Moonblast Heracross to KO, but what we should be careful of is Heracross can learn Bullet Seed, which means that skilling Bullet Seed will probably KO Tapu Fini.
And also, not to mention the Thunderbolt from the Porygon 2 is really threatening the Tapu Fini as well.
Yeah, but if Josbun's team, Josbun's Tapu Fini carries a Pinch Berry, maybe it will activate the Pinch Berry, so it might not be enough to KO the Tapu Fini. As we can see, a Thunderbolt.
Whoa, a lot of damage.
And
Muddy Water. So Tapu
Chipping them.
Fini is actually slower from
The Heracross, yeah.
oh, and the accuracy drop. Bullet Seed, avoid the attack.
Because of the -1 accuracy from Muddy Water, this is very good. And with the Sandstorm damage chipping in, it will activate Tapu Fini's Pinch Berry, bringing it up back to around 76% of health, and chipping Heracross around to 25% of health. Right now, Heracross is not in a good position because Among Us can draw the attack away from Tapu Fini, and Tapu Fini is free to use either Muddy Water again or maybe Moonblast Heracross, so that Josbun here have the edge. Now, as you can see, it's poor, but since it's Tapu Fini is beside him, so no sleeping. And
Muddy Water is going to connect onto both of these two Pokemon.
Is it enough to KO Heracross?
It does not
It
pick
does
up together.
not
Pin
pick
Missile,
missile.
avoid the attack once again. And so right now,
Right
Heracross
now, Heracross
is going
might
to be
be
sent
KO'd
back.
by the sand.
sent to the graveyard without doing a thing. Without landing any
It's-
damage.
Yeah, no doing no damage at all.
He doesn't believe in his Pokemon.
Yeah, because 2 times missing an attack and then being KO'd by the Sandstorm chip damage. But here Arquanet is also good. Can do a lot of damage to Among Us by stealing away its berry with Bug Bite, and then Porygon 2 can finish the deal with Ice Beam. And for Tapu Fini herself, Porygon 2 still carries Thunderbolt here, which as we can see before, deals quite a lot of damage actually to Tapu Fini. Oh, actually to Tapu Fini. But as we can see before, Tapu Fini has activated her berry, so no activation.
Thunderbolts onto the Tapu Fini and picks
Picks
up
up
the
the
KO. That's tons of damage without stab.
Yeah. This is the Porygon actually deals a lot of damage. So it's either the Tapu Fini not investing very much in defense, or
It's a +1 special attack, so
oh yeah, it's a +1 from the download boost. But still, that's still quite a lot of damage actually.
so right now Tyranitar is in a really good position to go for a Rock Slide, but the Amogus cannot do any sport right now.
Yeah, beside from the Among Us, here Tyranitar's best choice is maybe the Arcanium to Araquanid, because as we can see we have White Guard here preventing Rock Slide from KOing Araquanid, and then Among Us during the attack maybe an Ice Beam towards Among Us to KO this Among Us,
We'll see if a Dragon Dance will come out.
and then maybe here just one can Dragon Dance.
Dragon Dance! And so all of his hopes and dreams will be left
And
at
Trick Room
Tyranitar.
is now back to normal, which means that right now Tyranitar is the fastest Pokemon in the field. Now the question is, which Pokemon will Tyranitar target right now? Because if you target the Arquanid, Porygon can set up the
Okay,
field.
so it's
Trick Room
actually a
again.
50-50 game.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 again.
Matthew needs to think whether he is going for the Darkinium Z onto the Porygon 2, or he's going to go for the Rock Slide and hoping for the flinch.
Yeah, but if you do the Rock Slide, remember that Arquanid have White Guard.
Yes.
So that is mind
50,
game,
yeah,
right?
it's coming to the
it's
mind games.
Mind game.
Which move is he going to choose for the optimum or the most efficient result?
This might be the win or lose position for the game. You can see a white guard
Is
to
using-
prevent the rock slide, but maybe a Darkinium to Porygon.
No! Power
and a
Guy
rock
uses rock slide.
And now Porygon is free to set up the trick room, and Arcoid can seal the deal in the next turn. We can see both players have been shaking hands, so maybe just would have accepted that maybe there's nothing else to do right now. Arcoid now can KO Tyranitar with a liquidation, or maybe if it wants to take the rather brutal choice, can do the Z move. Okay, as we can see a Z move on the Tyranitar, boosted by Water Bubble but blocked by Protect. With the amount of damage that Hydro Protect Arcoid can do, maybe it can do around half damage even to Protect. As you can see, half damage towards the Tyranitar. And on the next turn, with Tyranitar, probably cannot protect again, hoping on double protect, which is quite unlikely. Raquanit with liquidation can KO Tyranitar, and Matthew will win the game 2-0.
So yeah, I think it's a clean sweep from
Tyranitar, a double protect from Josbun. Liquidation is blocked.
5-10, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's quite impossible actually. Another liquidation from Arcoid coming. Liquidation. And by liquidation towards Tyranitar, that brings Matthew to the second day with the score of 5-0, undefeated today. And with Josbun going to the second day with 4-1.
So yeah, right now guys, we are on a really tight match. We are on a really tight match game, but Matthew is much better, like a bit way better in his positioning and also how he plays. So I'm really looking forward to his achievement for tomorrow's grand final tournament, and also actually for Josua Marbun.
Yeah, I think the thing here is that Josua Marbun doesn't really have any sort of speed control, only maybe Zapdos with Tailwind. For Trick Room, Josua Marbun only relies on his Among Us, and which, as we see, on +1 special attack, Ice Beam from Porygon 2 deals a lot of damage to Among Us. Added with the chip
the
damage,
download, yes.
Yeah, with the download boost, and then together coupled with the chip damage from the Sandstorm, and then coupled again with the Ice Beam again, that proves a little bit too much for the Among Us to take care of the Trick Room team that Matthew brings us today.
Yes, even though with the Rage Powder and everything, it's a pretty much a hard position for Josua Marbun to let his Among Us take care of everything. But yeah, so I think that's all for now. So Matthew has won 5-0, definitely the top seed, ranked first for the Swiss round. And I know you guys are waiting on who, not only the ones at home, but all the ones here, they are waiting who are the 8 trainers who is going to get the invitation to the tomorrow's grand final tournament. On your first slot, we have Matthew Siliwan residing in the Australia. Second place, we have Aldrich Sustandra with 4-1. Third place, we have Josua Marbun from Medan. Fourth place, we have Hafiz Siddiq from Jakarta. Fifth place, we have Ajio Dovidio, late for the first round. Tardiness, but managed to get to the top cut and actually win all the top card players. Can you please come to take a picture near to the stream table? On your 6th place, we have 3-2 score from Jakarta, Kemal Mahmud. 7th place, we have 3-2 score from Jakarta, Timothy K. Saputra. 8th place, the last but not least, 3-2 score. We have from Jawa Barat, Octavian Jason, going to the next day. So I think that's all for today. We have the rest 3-2. We have Angga Ginanjar, Soma, as you know, Jonathan Chandranegara, Arvin Dito Amalsia, and also William J. Santoso, but sadly they do not get the cut. So
Yeah. I think, especially Dito, I've seen the first stream of the game. I think Dito played really well, but sadly, it's almost there. You can say that he bubbled.
that's a lot of hack. and stuff,
Yeah, you can say that he bubbled almost. Yeah, he almost made it through the game. And Angga as well. Angga brings a very balanced team actually, but sadly that he bubbles too because of the previous match against Hafiz, which is actually quite unpredictable for him.
And so yeah, I think that should be all for now. We'll be looking forward to tomorrow. Our stream will start at 12 p.m. On GMT +7. I know it's on the same day as the North American International Championships, but if you guys do watch our stream, it will be really much appreciated for your support. So thank you guys. I'm going to sign out for now, and see you soon. See you tomorrow on the PO3 Trainer Circuit Grand Final 2018.